because if I was in a position of power or authority, I would have you all arrested and tried for treason against my country under the grounds of 18 U.S.C. 2381 treason U.S. Code. Whoever owing allegiance to the United States levies war against them or adheres to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort within the United States or elsewhere, is guilty of treason.
To hear the charges for this call, press 2. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. To block this call and all future calls, press 9. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, Blaine. It's always good to hear your voice. You caught me walking out at the lake, man.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry about that.
No. It's a perfect time. It's a good time. You would love it, man. It's got the trees and there's a lawnmower running my audio, but it's got a beautiful sun and the lake and the water and the ducks. It's a great place to be. And hey, did you hear the latest about Skylar Barbeau?
I did.
Yeah.
My wife just told me.
Yeah.
Well, she said he pled guilty, but that's all I heard.
Yeah, that's all we really know at this point. I guess his best friend, Oliver Murphy, sold him out for about $13,000. And we knew that for a while. We were posting memes about it, so yeah,
a long time ago.
Yeah. So anyway, I think he got very emotional when Oliver got on the stand, and I don't know what happened after that. But we really don't have any more details, other than that. He pled guilty, and his sentencing is going to be on September 1st.
Do they say how long he's going to get?
No, we won't know till September.
There's not a range?
The judge did make a comment that the sentencing guidelines used to be mandatory, but now they're not, and so it's going to be at the discretion of the judge. So I suspect there'll be a letter writing campaign to the judge. But everybody's waiting to hear from Skylar. I don't know what the details are, and it's kind of a big surprise to everybody.
I pledge allegiance to the United Dictatorship of America and to the draconian rule for which it falls, one nation, under Satan.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my gosh, you think you have to change the pledge within,
It really is a insane rule.
Enslavement and justice for all.
That's right.
You just say informants more than meets the eye. Informants, assholes in disguise.
Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, there's a special place in hell for people who sell out their fellow man to make some money from this government.
For a chunk of cash, I mean, that's what Judas did. The rest of us, we're what do you do now that they got us all in here? Now we're forced to do things we would never do before because we never may see the light of day again.
Yeah, it's a terrible situation we got going on.
Oh, it's crazy. Well, that's hard to hear.
Yep.
I was really thinking he was going to do okay in trial, but maybe he just felt like he couldn't confront Oliver.
Yeah, maybe the Oliver thing was very emotional for him. I don't know. I mean, I had read some writings by Skylar, and Oliver had asked him to, Oliver had some kind of brain disease or cancer. I can't remember the exact, and I remember Skylar writing that Oliver had asked Skylar to take care of his kids if he was to pass away, and Skylar was like, yes, I will do it. And next thing you know, Oliver's turning him in for $13,000. It's like, crazy.
Yeah, well, you know what Manny Vega told me?
What's that?
When I decided to cooperate, I was talking to Manny Vega, and I said, I can't do that. I mean, it's not me. It's not in my nature to do that. You know what I mean? And I said, I haven't. I don't compromise. I stay my position all the way through. And I said, he goes, Blaine. He says, put that aside. He says, nobody gives a shit about Blaine Cooper. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
He says, you need to do what you have to do to get home to your kids.
Yeah. Well, I put taking a plea deal to tell the truth, and you're not like ratting out your neighbor for $13,000 in a completely different category, you know.
Well, yeah. And then when he said that to me, you know, I kind of went, you know what, you're right. You know, what really am I gaining by going to prison for 20 years if I can tell the truth? You know.
Yeah. Yeah. The main thing is you didn't rat out your neighbor. I mean,
I didn't. And, you know, well, I mean, if you want to really put it in perspective, we kind of ratted ourselves out. We threw all this stuff on Facebook, and
yeah,
you know, we were very loud about it. We were very bold about it, news media and everything else. So,
well, if you had enough people supporting you, you wouldn't be in this condition, you know.
Well, and that's another thing, you know. Everybody at the end, they just, oh gosh, you took over a building. It was a bird refuge. Give me a break. It's not like we took over a nuclear armory, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It was just to send a statement to make a lot of noise, to raise awareness about what happened to him, what's happening to people abroad by the federal government, specifically the BLM. But it goes so much deeper in that, and then people are just like, they cower. So I mean, they obviously don't care about freedom or liberty. They obviously don't care about their Constitution. So you know what I say? The quicker our enemies wipe us off the map, maybe the better it'll be for America. You know, it's if that's what our country's going to turn into, you know, what really are we trying to save?
Yeah, just let the bear fall. The bear will fall on its own corruption. We don't need to kill it, you know.
That's true.
Hey,
well, that's like I said, I think they're going to run out of money to run this government eventually. Everybody will go free because you can't have, you know, 90% of the people in the country paying to run the government. It doesn't work. It's not sustainable. So, you know, but you know, Americans are stupid now, and they want their big government. They want their health care, and they want all their welfare and their big government programs, and they allow the federal government into their states and counties, and next thing you know, they're all going to prison. They're like, why is that happening? Well, you guys gave them taxpayer dollars. You wanted this big government stuff. Eat it.
Yeah.
Eat your own creation.
Right. Hey, on another topic, I don't know when we'll get the opportunity because there's several things going on for the next few weeks. But at Tuesday at like, I think it's 11:30 Eastern time, somewhere around there, do you think you would be available for a jailhouse interview on a Pastor Manning's radio show if that opportunity was to come up?
Yeah, so that would be Tuesday at 11:30 my time?
Eastern time. What time zone you in? I forget.
I don't know. What time is it now?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
I think that would be
I'm in Central. Sure. I'm in Central, and it's 11:15.
Okay, and it's probably like 9 o'clock here.
Okay, so he would be 3 hours ahead of you. If you're 2 hours behind me, he's an hour in front of me, so he'd be 3 hours in front of you. So 11:30 Eastern time would be 8:30 your time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to interview with him till like a half hour to an hour later.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You can't get to the phone until 9. Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly. So when they let us out for day rooms, when I can use the phone, that'd be about 9 o'clock.
Okay. Well, it wouldn't happen for several weeks anyway. But he's given every Tuesdays like about an hour or 45 minutes to political prisoners, and we're trying to line up the schedule. So I'll talk to his wife.
There's three. They let us out at 3 different times, and I think that's at 9, 1 our time, and then at night I think it's at 7.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But like on Tuesdays, it's way later because Tuesdays they do uniform exchange, and you got to wait for 300 people to get a uniform.
Right.
So,
right.
And naturally, most of the people here, they sit there for 3 hours going through the pile, so we usually get out for like a half hour that night.
Gotcha.
And then Fridays we do linens and uniforms, so that's a bad day. Mondays, this Monday they didn't even let us out for day room in the morning.
Wow.
So it's kind of hit and miss. So
yeah, I guess.
Usually, like Tuesdays, I would be out in the mornings around 9 o'clock our time.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. He usually sticks to live interviews, but I don't know if anything could be done pre-recorded. Another thing I wanted to plan in your head. I know we've talked about this before, but a 5-page write-up with your story that kind of just gives the basics. Because there's all this biased crap out here in the media, and to have a 5-page write-up that comes from you in your mouth, right? That we know we can.
I I love the anti-government rhetoric. I was like, when did I ever say I was anti-government?
Yeah.
I never said I didn't believe in law and order. I don't believe what it turned into. I mean, it was never meant to be this big in this country.
Right. It's corrupt. It's corrupt as hell.
Have this much power.
And it's corrupt as hell. It's absolute corrupt as hell. I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah, you don't get, you've had 3 federal courtrooms now that the Constitution is blatantly ignored in. And I don't know, that's scary, man. I mean, that should freak people out.
What's that?
That the Constitution has been ignored in 3 federal courtrooms.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, people should be going like, oh my gosh. But they don't. They would rather watch Rescue 911 or Jerry Springer,
Yeah, people can't wrap their mind around how evil the enemy is. We really are at war, and the people that want to subvert this country and push it off into...
The 911 cult, my gosh, I mean, that's been used to hurt people for years now. It's funny. People use it to their advantage, too, now. That they want to... I mean, all I have to do is pick up the phone and make a false 911 report, and you go to prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So...
Especially if you're a woman calling on your husband.
Yeah, that is true. There's a guy in here right now. His ex has destroyed his life. His name's Michael McDonald, and he was showing me his evidence. And he has actually. I read his evidence. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're innocent. Well, the judge won't allow the evidence in the courtroom so he can prepare for a defense. They won't let it. And it's a lot of garbage. And well, now she gave journals of his over to the Department of Homeland Security, so they've been coming in and interviewing him. And I was like, what were they talking about? And he said it had something to do with a judge. And I was like, please tell me you didn't say anything in that journal about. He goes, well, no, it wasn't like that. And I said, because I said that anything you say can and will be used against you, even if it was just a joke or you're venting. And I'm wondering, this poor guy's going to get domestic terrorism charges against him now, because that's how vague it is. That just something stupid like that, and you go to prison for 20 years. Oh yeah,
I know a lot of people in that boat.
Yeah, they've really, in this country, they've condemned speech to the point where, man, I'm afraid to ever speak again. I'm afraid to go out in public. I'm afraid to leave my house. That they're just going to throw me back in a hole or shoot me.
A thought crime.
Yeah, it's crazy. We literally live in, was it George Orwell, 1984?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, it's worse. It's worse than it was. I mean, they have technology now that is just unfathomable. That technology I don't think human beings should have. I mean, we just... And why God's allowed it to go so long, I don't know. I mean, He still wants people to get saved, I guess, but...
Yeah, there was a write-up about how God is on trial, and He's taking His own defense because when He created mankind and made us in His image. It's a very good write-up. I need to mail that to you one of these days. Have you? Have we told you? America,
God shed His judgment on thee, and crowned thy good with wrath above, from sea to shining sea.
It's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's coming. Have we mentioned CMU Prisons to you? Communication Management Unit? That's they're in Terre Haute, Indiana, and Marion, Illinois, and they're run by the Counterterrorism Unit. And if they consider you a domestic terrorist, that's where they'll put you, and they'll control all of your communications outside that prison. You won't have any contact visits with anyone, and it's all about managing.
It sounds like an ADX.
Yeah, it's worse than an ADX. It's called Communications Management Unit, and that's where they had Skylar Barbeau for 4 years. They've had Montana Freeman there. If they consider you
Skylar Barbeau there.
No. Did I say Skylar? I meant Schaefer. Yeah. I meant Schaefer.
Schaefer Cox.
Yeah. If they consider you inspirational to humanity, and they consider your message dangerous to the establishment, they'll put you there to monitor all of your communications and to stifle your ability to inspire others.
I'm surprised they haven't done that to me yet.
Yeah, well, you haven't been sentenced yet, right?
Oh, that's true. After I'm sentenced, they might do that.
Yeah. Every one of these phone calls, you know, don't take them for granted, because you need to say what's on your mind, because, you know, I'm just saying, we don't, you know.
That ability might disappear soon?
I've seen it happen multiple times. I was communicating with Montana Freeman, and the warden banned me for communicating with him for the rest of his prison sentence, which is 23 more years, for doing. I didn't break any rules at all. He just banned me from communicating. He said I was doing disorder to the prison, you know.
Oh, good. There should be disorder in prison.
Yeah.
Jeez, if you ask me, we need a Spartacus movement. If the American people aren't going to get nothing done, then by God, let the criminals do it.
Well.
Well, it took criminals to create this country. It'll take criminals to undo it.
That's right. I believe that.
So maybe that's exactly what we need, is Spartacus. We just start, you know, uniting the prisons and getting everybody released, and we go over and start taking over cities.
It's a 2.3 million man army if you have to get them all together.
I think it's bigger than that, isn't it?
I've heard we have 2.3 million people in prison in the United States of America.
That's a lot.
But
that's a lot of people. That's almost, how many were enslaved in Egypt? How many did God leave out of Egypt? Was it 3 million?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head.
It's about there. Huh. Well, what can you do? You just gotta hope for the best, or plan for the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah, obedient to God until death, no matter what may come, and we just work to please Him rather than please men.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. Huh. Well, is there any other news down the what's the Donald Trump news lately?
Donald Trump. You know, I haven't heard anything recent about him. You know, Kathy Griffin cut off his head, or symbolically, and she got in a lot of trouble. I thought
if you were to do that when Barack Obama was president, you'd have domestic terrorism charges.
Well, I thought it's free speech. I don't like Kathy Griffin, but it's free speech. If that's what she wants to do, let her do it. She'll suffer the consequences, but I think a visit from the Secret Service was a bit much, you know.
Did she get a visit from the Secret Service?
That's what I heard, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, but I don't think anybody should be getting a visit from the Secret Service for doing something like that.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Well, unless you load a semi-truck full of dynamite and you're planning on driving it to D.C., that might be
that's different.
Like, yeah, please go see that guy. See, but that's the thing. Those are the people that they don't catch, right? That they don't mess with.
Right. So, they encourage those folks, but
exactly. That is exactly and absolutely how it is.
Yeah, I
keep telling you, people, all this big government stuff that you think they're protecting you with, they're not going to go get people that are going to hurt you. They're going to go talk to people who are just venting, who aren't going to do anything. The 1% that are, or the 0.1% they're trying to protect you from, they'll never catch.
Yeah.
Because, well, look at the TSA. The TSA has had, 450 felony theft convictions because TSA agents are thieving packages from planes and everything else, and it's ridiculous. The TSA agents are felony thieves, man.
And perverts.
But they haven't caught one terrorist. Now, imagine that.
Yeah.
Weird. Well, how come they haven't caught any terrorists? Maybe because there really is no problem.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
I think the whole thing's garbage.
Exactly. Hey, I don't know if I ever told you, but Aaron and I got visited by the Secret Service a few years ago too.
What was that like?
They showed up at the front door. Was
it like getting a visit from the Men in Black? Did they flash anything you?
Yeah, it was a good cop, bad cop. There was a black cop who was acting. He was acting the tough guy, and the white cop was trying to act the good guy. They did the good guy, bad guy routine.
Yeah.
And it occurred because
Oh, they did they?
Yeah.
You think they would know now that the American people have caught on to the whole cliche by now?
Yeah, no,
they would come up with something new.
They're following the playbook, but you know, Obama put out a forged birth certificate. It's been proven a forgery on 2 continents and 2 forensic labs. And I said once he's convicted in a court of law, and I do believe this, and I still stand by my statement today, but I said it on a YouTube video. Once he's convicted in a court of law, he should be beheaded on primetime television, and I volunteered to do it. That got him to come out to my house and give me a talk, and the whole thing was recorded. But I don't think anything was inappropriate about that statement, and I've always stood by that statement, and I stood by it when they came out and visited me, you know. But, you know, he has put out a forged birth certificate, and
there's the 1 minute.
There's a minute, yeah.
Nazi.
Yeah. But hey, Blaine, we'll just keep being obedient to the Lord, man. I know it's tough in prison. It's got to be tough every single day, man.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah. But there's nothing more important than a clear conscience. So as long as you're obedient to God unto death, and that's all that anybody can ask, right? Just stick obedient to Jesus.
Yes, sir. That is true, and hopefully it's over. So I just want to go home and be with Jesus, to be honest with you.
Well, you got your kids to think of, Blaine, right? Your two girls need you.
I mean, but I'm thinking like I wish he'd just wrap.
Oh yeah, amen, brother, amen, amen.
This world's dark and cold. There's no love in it seems anymore. Everybody hates each other.
It's a brutal place.
Yeah, like I said, what's worth saving really anymore?
There's a few, Blaine. There's just a few, but even if there was a few,
we tried.
Yeah,
I need to give a salvation.